Cavaliers against the Phoenix Suns with Doug Collins and Cheryl Miller. This is Kevin Harlan. James has played the first 4 minutes of the game. He has gone 1 of 1 from the floor. The 5 points of Ricky Davis leading the Cavaliers, who are shooting 44%. And the Phoenix Suns, led by the 4 of Joe Johnson. They've gone 5 of 7. Marbury dishing off inside to Amari Stoudemire. And let's set the lineups for you as the Cavaliers will come the other way with the front line of Darius Miles, Ilgauskas, and Carlos Boozer. James, along with Ricky Davis out there for the Cavaliers. And the Suns with Joe Johnson trying to make the steal on James. Joe Johnson, Stephon Marbury, Amari Stoudemire, Jake Bosco, and Sean Marion. Our officials tonight, Mike Callahan, Scott Foster, and Gary Zielinski. A foul just called on Stephon Marbury. As we are about 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. A nice shot by Ricky Davis, and he has got 7.
We've seen a high-scoring game here in the first quarter, Kevin. One of the reasons is Phoenix is doing anything they want to get in the lane, especially Stephon Marbury getting point-blank shots. They're shooting 71% here. Cleveland has got to lock down and get some defensive stops.
And here's Johnson flipping it off to Vosco, who kicks it outside to Johnson. The shot clock is showing forward. Joe Johnson down the lane, and the tap in and off by Marion, who had a great elevation on the play. And here's our first look at LeBron James. Marion ahead, 3-on-1. Joe Johnson falls hard. Crashing into him is Darius Miles. And Johnson is down. The former Southeast Conference Rookie of the Year as a freshman at Arkansas. Concerned with Paul Silas. A foul is called. Miles picks it up.
You know, this was not a dirty play. You see Darius Miles was going up strong to try to block this shot. His body just carried him right into Joe Johnson. So the Phoenix fans are a little upset, but he was just going up strong. And watch this. He goes up to try to block the shot, and his momentum just carries him into Joe Johnson. Joe has gotten off to a good start tonight, Kevin, after a 1-for-10 night against San Antonio. He's got to the basket, 2 easy layups to get the game started. Now a couple free throws. That's the way you get yourself worked into the game. Have 6 quick points, confidence level goes sky high.
Suns come in 0-1. They lost Tuesday in San Antonio to the Spurs, and a devastating loss, if you can say an early season game is, but they led a great deal of the game. Miles inside. Great block by Bosco, counted for 2 on the goaltender. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who tied for the worst record in the NBA a season ago, 0-1 record. There's the new coach, 60-year-old Paul Silas. They lost last night in Sacramento in a game where LeBron James put in 25.
Well, he was terrific. I thought the team just didn't know how to win at the end. Sacramento pulled away and won that by 14.
And James against Sean Marion, the All-Star. Tap in by James. Rebound by Jake Bosco, a guy who started in the Final Four. It's Marion getting it, throwing it inside to Stoudemire. Saved by the Cavaliers, and they come the other way.
You got to make the simple play. They had an easy 2-on-1 break that time. All Sean Marion had to do is throw a little bounce pass. He tried to make the spectacular play, and it led to a turnover.
Turnover is even one apiece so far. That's the field goal story right there. They go inside with Carlos Boozer, who was a steal in the second round a season ago out of Duke, putting up fine numbers. The foul is called on Amari Stoudemire for the first time.
We saw last night against Sacramento, LeBron James very comfortable with his jump shot. This time he comes off the screen, squares himself up and buries it. Last night he was 12 for 20, off to a good growth period for him. You know what? I expect him to pass the test with flying colors. This guy is an amazing young player.
James so far 1 of 3. And neither team has made a substitution. As you take a look out there, the rebounding in the game is tied at 7. And the Suns have led by as many as 4. The Cavaliers have led by as many as 2. Cavaliers now have all 5 of their starters with a score. And a 2-on-1. Davis and Miles buckle up for Ricky Davis, who got high. Boozer tried to get it. Davis dives it. Bosco vacuums in the rebound.
You got to go up with 2 hands.
What a pass, Marbury to Sean Marion, one All-Star to the other.
Ricky Davis tried to take that ball up with 1 hand. You go up with 2, you get the score. And you know, Kevin, how many times do you see when you miss a shot like that, the other team come down and punish you with a fast break?
So Davis leads the Cavaliers with 7. 6 by Stoudemire leads the Phoenix Suns. And James looking inside, 3-second violation. And let's swing it over on that second turnover right there to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin and Doug. You talked about the composure of LeBron James. I spoke to him before the game, and he said that looking back at last night's game against Sacramento, he was extremely pleased, except for the outcome of the game. I asked him if fatigue would be a problem for tonight. He said absolutely, even though it's his first back-to-back game situation. He said he intends on coming out playing with a lot of energy on both ends as he goes up for the three and nails it. Kevin?
LeBron James with the three. It's the second three nailed by the Cavaliers in the game.
Marbury answers, and you know, Kevin, we talked before the game. I expect Stephon Marbury to have a big game. He loves the bright lights. He loves the center stage. Everybody's talking about LeBron James. I expect him to have a huge game tonight. There's no one in Cleveland that can guard him.
High expectations for these Phoenix Suns. Nice pass inside. It came from on top, and James into Boozer.
That's the best part of his game. Court vision and his ability to pass the ball and his feel for the game. That's where he's at his best. Forget the scoring.
James with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists so far. Here comes Sean Marion. Over to Joe Johnson, the former Celtic, now his second full season with the Phoenix Suns. Finds himself free. Rebound by the All-Star of a season ago, Rogoskis. Down court for James. Converge on him in a hurry.
Well, they got quickness. They're going to be scrapping for that ball. Here's Ricky Davis stepping into a three. And I talked to Frank Johnson before the game. I said, what's your biggest concern? He said, transition defense. This team really likes to run, and we have got to get back and match up. Find our man.
Marbury by Davis. Down the lane. And a rebound again by the Cavaliers, who are +3 in that category. Miles with the 2-on-1. Good knock away by Johnson. James going up in a foul.
I think Darius Miles got the message from Paul Silas. Last night, he sort of sleptwalked through the game in Sacramento. He was 2 for 6 from the floor. More importantly, no rebounds. Not any rebound in 29 minutes. Paul Silas let him know. And I talked to him before the game. I said, if you don't get a rebound tonight, people are going to hear about it. He's come out with great energy. He already has 5 rebounds and has been very active on the break.
So here's James. Marion just picked up the foul. Cavaliers tonight from the free throw line have gone 1 of 2, 2 of 4 shooting for the Suns. 18-year-old LeBron James, who will turn 19 in the month of December.
This is an area that he's got to really improve on because of his ability. He should get to the line 8 or 10 times. He's got to be able to be a 75-80% free throw shooter. Right now, not as comfortable at the line as he should be.
Penny Hardaway has come in for the first time for the Phoenix Suns, joining Marbury. And Stoudemire with the ball, Marion and Bosco. Last year's Rookie of the Year by Stoudemire with a slam.
Well, what a quick move. What I like about that, Kevin, is the second effort. He missed it, and he was the first one back up to rebound the ball and stick it back through. What J.R. Brimmer last night, 6 threes kept them in the game.
In the game for the first time as Augustus trying to spin. Rebound by Sean Marion. And Hardaway off to Stephon Marbury with a little hesitation against Bremer, a one-time starter for the Celtics about half the season a year ago. Marbury diving inside the lane with a foul. And Bremer nailed it. It's the first on him. Amari Stoudemire, he's only 21, and he is a marvel for the Phoenix Suns.
He does a nice job spinning off Carlos Boozer up and under, but look how quickly he goes back up. The slam dunk, and the Suns trail by 4. Yeah, look at LeBron James last night. Just the whole highlight package, running the floor, dishing off assists. In the open court with a slam dunk, knocking in the jump shot. You see the numbers, 25 points, 9 assists, and 4 steals. First game, all the hype, the poise, the passion. And Arco Arena, not an easy place to play. And Sacramento, a terrific team. And Cleveland was in that game to the finish, Kevin. Their inexperience and their inability to win games like that. Will they be able to grow? Last year, they lost all those kind of games. They were not able to win. They made careless turnovers. Paul Silas talked to me before the game, and he said, we have to learn how to win those games.
And he only made 2 turnovers, and they didn't come until the 4th quarter last night. Here is Stephon Marbury at the free throw line. Steph coming off a good game against San Antonio when he put in 24. Those are some of the other numbers with the 6 assists. A 2-time All-Star. Began with the Timberwolves, went to New Jersey, and even with the ghost of Jason Kidd here in Phoenix, he is playing well.
Well, last year, he had a great year. His first year here was tough. You know, Jason Kidd goes to New Jersey. They go to the NBA Finals. It was very tough. Last year, Bron really
Davis, who led the Cleveland Cavaliers last season in every significant offensive category with a game-high 12.
And his shot selection is much better. Last year, throw up wild shots. This year, much more under control.
So here are the Suns. They've gone 9 of 18 to start the game as Stoudemire is held by Boozer, who picks up the foul. I always think about Carlos Boozer leaving the comfort and the success of that Duke program down in Durham with Mike Krzyzewski, and then coming to the Cavaliers. They had the worst record in the NBA a season ago, 17-65.
Boy, you got to love Carlos Boozer, though, Kevin. This guy, to me, last year was the most stable guy on this team in terms of just performance. You knew what you were going to get from him night in and night out. He's improved his game, makes the open shot. He's strong. I would take him on my team anytime. He'll do the dirty work for you. He's just a guy he's a glue guy. He brings out the best of those guys around him.
Boozer will check out, and Jelani McCoy will now check in. Phoenix only 3 of 7 at the free throw line. Chabarkova is now checked in for the Phoenix Suns as Amari Stoudemire could not finish on his missed free throw. 2:10 remains, and here come the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're shooting about 48% from the field and for the game. Cavs have led by as many as 6. Suns have led by as many as 4. This is LeBron James.
See, I don't like that shot. He had the mismatch, and he let the guy off with a long jump shot, and it leads to a layup on the other end. There was a mismatch there. You got to drive that ball to the basket, Kevin.
Stephon Marbury has 5 assists already in the first quarter. A great feed on top, and it goes into Ilgauskas.
Again, transition defense. When you score, Cleveland's looking to run back against you, so you cannot celebrate. You got to get yourself back. You don't want to give Ilgauskas those kind of easy baskets.
Ricky Davis with the assist. Here is Chabarkova, who gives to Stoudemire, who pumps his way into the veteran Jelani McCoy and makes it go across the lane.
He's really improved this low post game. Last year, you know, he wasn't sure. Now he really is confident in that low post. When he starts stepping out and making that jump shot, he is going to be almost impossible to defend.
J.R. Bremer, Jelani McCoy, and an open LeBron James. And that's an offensive board, a fresh 24. With a minute to play here in the first. Ricky Davis, who has put on a first quarter show. Rebound by Chabarkova.
See, Ricky Davis got to throw that ball in the post.
Look at this kid fly and hand off inside to Hardaway, who gives to Stoudemire, and a foul on the Cavaliers with all that shifting defensively inside the lane. And the foul goes on Davis for a second time.
Now, can you believe this Stoudemire? He needed eye surgery. I think he had, what, 2,400 vision in one eye? So he had laser surgery.
Almost blind in one eye.
And he had a bunion on his foot, so he struggled with the foot. But I like what he said. He said, the vision didn't bother me. I didn't need that or whatever. I think, well, you don't need your eyes? I mean, can you imagine how good this guy's going to be when he can see?
Well, especially when peripheral vision is so important when you see the floor. Premier Week continues tomorrow night on ESPN. It's the Timberwolves and the Nets, followed by the Sixers and the Kings. Coverage beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. On NBA TV, it's the Cavs and Blazers. And Saturday night at 10 o'clock Eastern. On Sunday night, the Warriors take on the Lakers at 9:30 Eastern Time.
Here's the pressure defense the Suns want to show. See if they can force a trap, maybe turn the ball over. If not, force them to use some clock.
No fouls to give either way as Ricky Davis swings it across the way to J.R. Bremer. As Doug told you, he had 6 3-point shots. Ilgauskas saves it. It gets right back into Brevin Knight, a former Cavalier first-round draft choice, and Penny Hardaway cannot finish. James, great rebound, and Ricky Davis at the other end.
What a pass. Great rebound, great vision. That's when Cleveland is at their best right there. When they can get out and run, they have some terrific athletes.
Shot clock is off in the final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Brevin Knight.
Penny Hardaway with a mismatch. He wants the ball to double team. Brevin Knight's got to be ready to shoot it.
And it's into newly instated Tom Gugliotta with a seductive move by James and beats the buzzer. And the Phoenix Suns come to within a point. Ricky Davis, though, put on a show. He had 12 points for the Cavaliers. A young player who has bounced around a little bit in the NBA. And led this team in every significant offensive category a season ago. At the end of
high energy, aggressive, quick, can go to the basket, finish, shot blocker, got the whole package. I expect him to continue to grow and develop. Talked to him before the game. Kevin, and it just, he kept talking about how he has to keep learning from his coaches and being receptive to being taught.
Nice score. Ricky Davis, Boozer's got it. Ilgauskas is in the pivot. Outside, they got Darius Miles. They're starting 5 back out there, and it's James knocking one in from outside. He is 3 of 7 with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Well, if he's going to make that shot, you're not going to be able to guard him, because now you close out on him, and now he beats you off the dribble with his quickness and his power.
We've had 6 ties and 7 lead changes in the game as Penny Hardaway looks for Stoudemire. He's out there with Marion, Joe Johnson, and Stephon Marbury. Ilgauskas volleyballs it outside. A much more athletic group on there, and James the other way, playing the point guard at 6'8". It's Davis for 3.
See, I don't like that shot. Defense is back. You can get something better than that if you're Ricky Davis.
Streaking the other way, Stephon Marbury finds 2.
Kevin, just to follow it up, all right? Last night, Cleveland shot 9 free throws the whole game. LeBron was 1 of 3. Ilgauskas 5 of 6. They got beat at the free throw line. Tonight, they're 2 of 3, and Marbury now is going to have an opportunity to go to the free throw line after this great move, and they're going to be shooting their 15th free throw of the game. So the disparity in free throws is the difference in the game. That's why I felt Ricky Davis' shot was not a good one. They've got to get something inside and get to the free throw line.
Marion, the top thieves in the NBA a season ago. He was 3rd in steals. He was on James. Now they rotate Miles for 3. Ilgauskas with the rebound. He's 7'3", and he shows it inside. But the smaller Stoudemire gets the rebound, and Stephon comes the other way. Stoudemire knocked away by Ilgauskas. Picked up by Carlos Boozer. Davis played some point a season ago, but he lost the job in camp to James.
Ricky Davis is a scorer, there's no question. Great pass by Boozer, very unselfish play. Gives the ball up, points in the paint, get your big man involved. Nice play.
It's Joe Johnson slashing inside.
He's going to pick him up, though. Who's matched up with Joe Johnson right now? I guess they've gone to a small lineup. So Joe Johnson's actually playing as a power forward out there right now. They got to get matched up.
Darius Miles, he was a high school kid, drafted out of East St. Louis, Illinois, on top to James. Picked up by Marion. And they got Stoudemire on Ilgauskas, doubled by Marion, and a foul as Ilgauskas was shuffling across the lane. And inside he was shoved by Marion, who picks up the foul. That's number 2 on him. Make it Stoudemire with his second. They used to monitor Ilgauskas' minutes a season ago because of the history of foot problems, but that will not be the case this year. They're going to let him play.
Absolutely, and I think it's freed him up. I think he felt the pressure to perform in a short period of time.
Ricky Davis inside. Stoudemire knocked it away. Out of bounds.
And look at the lineup now that Phoenix has on the floor. They have Joe Johnson basically as their power forward. Stoudemire is their center with Hardaway, Marion, and Marbury. That means that Paul Silas has had to counter and take Boozer out of the game to go with a small lineup. Let's see who wins the battle of the smalls.
Bremer is back in. Davis doesn't get the call. Marbury to Sean Marion. He slices inside.
I'm telling you, bad shots lead to fast breaks the other way. Ricky Davis now has taken about 3 bad shots, and every time he's done that, they've run the other way. Last year, he shot 41% because he didn't take good shots, even though his scoring went way up.
Cavaliers are 3 of 10, shooting a 3. They go inside, does James to Miles, who corkscrews his way out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that this is where LeBron James has got to take control of his team. Even though he's the youngest guy out there, right now they're a little disheveled, and they need someone to stabilize them a little bit.
Yeah, they've had 6 turnovers already this quarter.
And that's been their bugaboo. We talked about that, Kevin.
Here come the Suns, 1 of 2, shooting the 3s tonight. Marbury with it. He's got 4 points and 4 rebounds. And outside, they've got Joe Johnson, Sean Marion, back to Stephon Marbury. To Stoudemire. And a foul. They're trying to defend a swirling Dervish inside. It's very tough to do when a guy's got his arms and legs moving every which way.
Well, the difference also, too, is Phoenix getting that ball in the paint, and that's why they're getting to the free throw line. They're not living on jump shots.
Miles picks up his 2nd foul. A timeout at America West Arena.
always talk about the end of quarters, the end of halves. Let's chart here what happens. Can Phoenix push it to double digits? Can Cleveland maybe stay around 3, 4, 5 points going into halftime? Always feel like this is critical time. Good teams win end of quarters.
Mari Stoudemire with the Suns high 13 points. And rattles in number 14 right there. Cavaliers led by Ricky Davis's 14 points so far. On the other side, Bron James could be on his way to a triple-double. He has filled every category so far in the first half. Oh, LeBron James!
Well, Sean Marion forced him to the baseline. He's got to realize there's no shot blocker back there right now. Everybody just got out of the way. They know that anytime he does that, you're going to be on a poster or some commercial.
Here come the Suns shooting 47% from the floor. Marbury slips it inside. Stoudemire to the rack. And picked up by James. With the Cavaliers shooting 42% from the field. James again off balance and on the fly and fouled as he went across the lane.
Now watch this play. Watch Sean Marion jump to the baseline and say, where's my help? Well, Stoudemire gets on the wrong side defensively. He thinks he's sending him to the middle. You see that right there? Both of them are on the wrong side. Only little guys back there. You see Marbury get out of the way. But you know what, Kevin, when you watch LeBron James, when he comes down the floor, he's never out of control. You know, Magic Johnson was that way. They played at a tempo where they were big, they could see the floor, doesn't leave his feet, and he looks to see what's developing with his great vision. But he's not flying around there out of control. He's playing at a tempo that he can be successful with.
And James gets the second one to go. So tonight, 16 minutes for LeBron James, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Free throw shooting, Cavaliers 3 of 5. Suns 12 of 17. That is a significant difference. Great crossover by Stephon Marbury. They rotate to Joe Johnson for 3. The Suns are 1 of 4 shooting the 3. And here comes Bremer to James, dancing on Bosco, who played it well, knocked it away, but draws the foul.
See, that's why you got to drive the ball to the basket. That's a little bit of a bailout, but LeBron does what you're supposed to do. You drive the ball right to the defense. He fumbles the ball goes up, and he gets bailed out on that one. Although Bosco did hit him a little bit on the wrist, normally you won't shoot free throws on that one.
Here's James. The NBA on TNT returns next Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, as the Pacers take on the Nets. Doug and I will be in San Antonio for the Lakers and the Spurs, the NBA champs in a key early season Western Conference matchup. TNT Thursday, let the truth be told. We're down to 1:45 to play in the first half. James 7 in the quarter, 13 for the game, had 25 last night in Sacramento.
Marbury's looking to get in that lane area, make something happen.
Joe Johnson. Steph for 2. Marbury knocks it down. Stephon Marbury, 11 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds.
He's only taken 6 shots, so look at his efficiency. He's playing so much under control right now, taking great shots, just picking and choosing his spots.
It's James, doubled on the perimeter, shot clock at 8, no one home as he throws it away. The Cavaliers turn it over for the 9th time. Most of those have come in the second quarter. 6 turnovers for the Suns.
See if Stephon tries to get in that lane once again. There's no way J.R. Bremer has the quickness to keep him out.
It's Bremer guarding Stephon Marbury. They switch now with Darius Miles, the ex-Clipper on Steph. Hardaway trying to trump it inside, out of bounds. 55 seconds to play. Turnover right there.
See a lot of guys leaving their feet looking to pass. Kevin, that's a turnover in the making. You got to keep your feet down on the ground. When you leave your feet, leave it to be a shooter.
No fouls to give either way. Verizon Wireless halftime report is on deck from Atlanta. Here's Ilgauskas, doubled by Johnson and Bosco. And in, he's a very good passer out of it. James has the pass. And Bremer launching a 3. And the Cleveland Cavaliers come to within a 2-point reach. The Suns have led by as many as 8. The Cavaliers have led by as many as 6.
Oh, it's a good finish for Cleveland. Didn't know which way they were going to go. They're on a 7-2 run here to finish this half.
It's Marbury dancing inside.
Stand up! Stand up!
Well, tomorrow night is Halloween. And you know what I was thinking, Doug? I was thinking how many little kids around the country are going to dress up and be LeBron James. You know, my little guy's going to be Carmelo Anthony, but the LeBron James number 23 jersey is the #1 selling jersey right now in America.
I think 23's been #1 for a long time. If you think of Michael Jordan, so it's just sort of just passing on down the line, right?
That's exactly right. We haven't seen him before in person. What do you think?
Well, I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's quick. I think he's going to have a triple-double here tonight. He did have 4 turnovers, but I'm just so impressed with his court awareness and skill, his unselfishness. He's going to be a great player.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights of LeBron in that first half. He was terrific on many fronts, but so was Stephon Marbury of the Phoenix Suns.
Well, he had 13 points. You saw the little pull-up jump shot. Could get in the lane anytime he wanted to. There's one of his 7 assists. More importantly, no turnovers for Stephon. But when he runs a break like this for his team, this is when Phoenix is so good. They have guys that could get out and run those lanes. And LeBron James, we've seen a lot of things from him. The ability to come off and hit the little jump shot. He showed that last night against Sacramento. The wonderful vision and the pass to Carlos Boozer. Little mix-up on the screen roll. Too late with the slam dunk as he took the ball to the basket. So we saw a lot of terrific plays. We had a lot of tricks and a lot of treats here on Halloween Eve here by these two teams.
Tonight's Jeep summary in our game here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona.
No, Kevin, did you get the sense in that first half that Stephon Marbury was just sort of had it on cruise control there, picking and choosing, getting everybody involved?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
I expect him to have a big second half because he knows that he can take that ball wherever he wants to take it on the floor. And I expect him to really take control of this game in the second half.
Suns have led by as many as 8. The Cleveland Cavaliers have led by as many as 6. And let's send it over to Cheryl Miller. Are you there, Cheryl?
Come sorry about that. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm talking to Dennis Johnson over here. We're chewing the fat and talking about the second half, and I'll give you quickly what Coach Silas said. He said he thought the team in the first half settled way too much with the jump shot. Didn't think that they got to the free throw line by dribble penetration. He said Ricky Davis has yet to get to the free throw line. Did not get to the free throw line against Sacramento and has not gotten to the free throw line in the first half so far. But he says second half he's looking for the team to push the ball and get into their transition game, guys.
All right, Cheryl, and there's Voskuhl with 2.
Well, that's what we talked about the whole first half. It's their inability to get inside. They're settling for the outside jump shot. Ricky Davis is a terrific athlete. He can get inside, get to the free throw line. He should shoot 8 free throws a game.
Here's LeBron James outside Darius Miles with a series of fakes, and he makes it go.
I like the fact that Cleveland has started out this third quarter going inside, getting something inside. Like Paul Silas knows, you got to get something in the paint. You got to get to the free throw line. These long jump shots, especially when you're a poor shooting team, will get you in trouble.
Both teams lost their season opener. Last night, the Cavaliers in Sacramento. Great rejection by Ilgauskas. Taps it out and retrieved by Marion. Shot clock at 3. He's got a fire and does. And James retrieves it. So the Cavaliers lose last night in Sacramento, and the Suns lost opening night Tuesday night in San Antonio. Miles, Boozer, and back to James. Plenty of time on the shot clock as he creates, but Ilgauskas, the recipient.
He started out the game with 2 layups, so he has 4 field goals and 3 of them are layups. That's how you get yourself on track.
James. Ilgauskas caught it, 3-second violation, blown out the Cavaliers. 12 turnovers for Cleveland and 8 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns.
The thought was good, but the timing was bad on that play. Ilgauskas got into the lane before the pass was ready to be delivered, so the timing was bad.
Suns are shooting 46%. Here they come. Stephon has 15 points and kicks it back to Marion, who had only 4 in the first half, and comes up with the deuce right there, and he's got 6 for the game.
You know, when you watch him shoot, you say, how can that shot go in? And he's got such a funny release. He jumps so high on it, but he has gotten to be an effective shooter.
Cleveland shooting 43% from the floor. Voskuhl is out there challenging James.
Yeah.
Well, the wind caught it, right?
Yeah, that's 5 turnovers. Now, last night he only had 2. And you got to make sure, that's what you do. You don't hang your head, you come right back.
Davis. Johnson was there, and the Suns got back well on defense.
See, I like that about LeBron. He didn't hang his head off the bad play, came down and made the play, got his team the ball back.
Where they're going to Ilgauskas a lot, who draws the double. And here's Darius Miles, who nails a 2-point shot He's got 4 for the game.
See, he's got to be able to make that shot because so many guys get double teamed. LeBron does. Ricky Davis draws a lot of help. Ilgauskas. He's going to make the open shot.
Oh, Stephon Marbury with an acrobatic move inside.
I'm telling you, he's got an extra gear. And he was going along in the first half, 13 and 7. And he's going to pick it up here in the second half. The lights are bright here tonight. He's not going to let LeBron outshow him here on his home court.
Marbury has a game-high 17, 14 for Davis, leading the visiting Cavaliers. Marbury can do this. A great first step. He accelerates all the time.
Kevin, you can't let him get on that baseline because there's no help. And the big man comes over and he just uses the backboard as a shield and finishes.
Ilgauskas again, sandwich inside. Look at him try to get free. And when he was trying, he took too many steps into travel.
Now that call was made by the Phoenix bench. They were very upset the possession before. One of the points of emphasis this year is watching the big men when they get trapped, shuffling their feet and walking. And Frank Johnson got the call after the play before. He didn't.
James out on Marbury. Johnson picked up by Miles. It's a violation. Inside. Second.
Illegal defense.
Yep. So now it'll be Marion at the free throw line. That is the second call against Paul Silas's team. You know, I look at Silas. He sure did a lot when he was with the Hornets. Held the team together in the aftermath of the Bobby Phil's death. Did the same when it was announced the team was going to move on to New Orleans. Then kept his class when he was a lame duck coach last year with the Hornets.
Yeah, he's done a terrific job.
Marbury, Voskuhl. Defense was late, but he misses, and here's Ricky Davis.
I said it should have said defensive 3 seconds while ago instead of the illegal defense, so it's defensive 3 seconds.
You're right.
And get the terminology right here so we don't confuse our fans as the year goes on.
Oh, I think they're plenty confused as it is. Here's Miles outside. He's at 2 in a row.
You've got to do it another way. You got to say, look, we got to show these people we are good.
Are they?
Yes, they're good.
Miles. James floating inside. James got it again.
How about the power to get that loose ball back? Wow. James,
15 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Boozer coming out with the mismatch on Marbury. Johnson picked up by Miles. Screen by Voskuhl. Johnson, good ball rotation. He's open for 3. And retrieved by Marion. Hooks it inside. Johnson tried to slither, and it's loose. And picked up by Sean Marion. Voskuhl again. One stab at the basket after another, and they couldn't make it go.
Great activity, though. Tremendous hustle. About 3 loose balls. Phoenix came up with every one of them. And Jake Voskuhl is playing very, very good basketball for this Phoenix team. They need to keep him out of foul trouble and keep him on the floor.
Team in the NBA, it's now turning that potential into results.
I guess I should also mention Yao Ming, who was terrific tonight as well.
He was. Ricky Davis got some air, but he couldn't make it go. Voskuhl has the rebound. Davis had 14 points in the first quarter, nothing since. Phoenix has hit 1 3-point shot tonight. That's a 3-second violation. Phoenix 1 of 7. They get a foul. It's a 3rd foul called on Stoudemire.
That's that little slap away. He was trying to get position in the post, and he took and knocked away Carlos Boozer's hand. The offense cannot dislodge. They cannot get an advantage against the defense.
James, Cavaliers have gone 4 of 11 from 3-point territory. And James, Davis, punching a 3 and hits it, and that's his first basket since the first quarter. Racing the other way, Jackson can't convert. James twirling out of traffic. They got a 3-on-3, and J.R. Bremer back in. James for 3, rebound by Joe Johnson.
I don't think Paul Silas liked that shot. I think he felt like they had him on the run.
Marion couldn't hit. There's James having it knocked away by Stoudemire. Marion tapped it.
The loose balls, you got to come up with that. When you're playing on the road, you can't give a team multiple possessions, Kevin.
Suns have missed their last 7. Sean Marion makes it 8 straight. Misses for Phoenix.
Give Ilgauskas a touch here. Throw the ball inside the post. Ricky Davis is going to launch another one, so he's starting to feel a little bit after cooling down.
9 lead changes in the game. James slashing his way down the lane and finds his 17th point, and he is fouled on the play.
A great pass by Ilgauskas out of the double team, and LeBron James cuts right to the basket. Nice left hand. Remember that movie made on the break last night against Sacramento? He got a steal, cut across the lane on the fly, flipped it up with his left hand. I'll tell you, when you can use both hands around the basket, very tough to guard when you can change hands up in the air.
Cavaliers have led by 6, and the Suns have led by as many as 8. It's Stephon Marbury with a floater over McCoy, who picks up the loose ball. And to J.R. Bremer, who goes streaking the other way. Davis with the game-high 19. Now 21 for Ricky Davis.
That was a great pull-up. He was under control, used his quickness, pulled up. That's a tough shot, Kevin, to that little mid-range shot where you're on the move and you got to stop and pull up and take that. That's difficult.
Almost a borderline all-star a season ago, when he was terrific with the offensive game.
I'll tell you when he'll be an all-star is when his team starts winning. Coaches will reward people who play on winning teams.
Suns have no field goals over the last 6 minutes. Chabarkaba is back in now for the Phoenix Suns, and trying to wiggle his way inside Penny Hardaway and banged around. McCoy was defending, and McCoy picks up his 2nd consecutive foul.
LeBron James really threw a nice compliment to Penny Hardaway. He said when he was growing up, he loved Penny Hardaway's game and Magic Johnson's game. Obviously, he loved Michael Jordan. He wears number 23, but he said he really tried to pattern his game a lot after Penny Hardaway. And Penny heard that, and he said, you know what, I was pretty good once. He said, I was pretty good once, but Penny's still a very good player. But I like it when young players let players who are in the league know what they meant to them as younger players. I think that's great.
No fouls to give either way. Hardaway is on Davis. Hardaway had some injuries a season ago, but it seems hale and hearty now. And James lasers a pass inside, which McCoy could not handle.
A little hard. The idea was right. You got to recognize who you're throwing to. I don't know that Jelani McCoy can make that catch.
On top, Joe Johnson down the lane into Ilgauskas. Good-looking rebound by McCoy. And here comes Davis. There is a difference of 2 seconds from the game clock to the shot clock, winding down the 3rd quarter.
Got to spread the floor, let Ricky Davis penetrate. Looks like he's going to go off a high screen roll. If somebody helps, look for Bremer or LeBron James to get a 3.
It's Davis. James hanging and putting it through.
Or cutting to the basket and making a tough layup.
And here comes Marbury trying to beat the buzzer down the lane into 2, and he can't get it to drop.
That's what happens when you go too quickly at the end of the quarter. That's what Paul Silas is talking to Ricky Davis about right now. You go early, there's a 2-second differential. You go too early, now you get a great play, but then you give them an opportunity to run the ball right back on top of you. So time management, so vital, especially, Kevin, when you're on the road. You've got to really manage that clock.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Paul Silas was brought in. He has given this team more discipline. They're certainly more organized. Cavaliers had a couple of coaches last year, John Lucas and Keith Smart, but for this team at this time, this is the right guy.
Well, he brings a toughness in here. More importantly, Jim Paxson expects that from him to be able to give this to this team, this discipline that they need if they're going to become a winning team.
LeBron James, his first NBA double-double tonight with 19 points and 12 rebounds. He is the most celebrated teenage rookie of all time. He's making his TNT debut tonight at the end of 3. It's the Cavaliers and James on top of the Suns, 73-72. Missing their final 12 shots of that 3rd quarter.
Well, I think when you look at the stat sheet, they had 30 points in the 1st quarter, then it went to 23, and then it went down to 13. So what the Cleveland has done has been 7 less points in the 2nd quarter, 10 in the 3rd. So their defense has really set in. It's going to be interesting now. Only 2 starters on the floor for Phoenix, Stoudemire and Marion. Only 1 for Cleveland, Ricky Davis. Who's going to be able to win this battle till they get their starters back in the game?
Set the lineups for you. Chop is in the game with Bremer, Kevin Ollie with the shot, Davis and Jelani McCoy. That is the Cleveland Cavalier 5. They've just committed their 17th turnover for Coach Paul Silas and the Suns. With Brevin Knight, Jabarkaba, Hardaway, Stoudemire, and Sean Marion.
We saw the disparity in the free throw shooting. The one thing that is keeping Cleveland in the lead right now is the fact that they have made more three-point shots. They're winning the battle of the three-point line. Phoenix the battle of the free throw line.
Jabarkaba missing. McCoy has it. Bron James, 19 points, 12 rebounds. He is on the bench.
Well, you can just see Jabarkaba. He's really anxious right now. He's really trying to do things too quickly. Steps out now and bumps the guy on the cut. You can see the talent is there right now. He just got a little happy feet, a little anxious. He's just trying to settle himself down a little bit.
Jabarkaba picks up the personal foul. He played 6 years of professional European basketball. Beginning when he was 16 years old, he is now a rookie in the NBA. Cavaliers, Phoenix Suns, each looking for their first win of the season. As McCoy tried to take it in, popped away. 3 seconds on the shot clock with a minute gone in the fourth.
Short clock, you got time for one pass and a shot. Here's where you work on in practice, the execution of a short clock play.
It's Davis, the game-high score, and this is everything. And that is the second 24-second shot clock violation committed by the Cavaliers tonight.
I've seen that play before in New Orleans. That used to be Baron Davis throwing it into P.J. Brown. The play's the same. The names are just different now.
Phoenix Suns made the playoffs a season ago, and the Cleveland Cavaliers only had 17 wins, tied for the worst record in the NBA. Thus, they got the #1 overall pick via the lottery, and they got LeBron James. And this right there by Stoudemire. They got a rebound by Marion.
Yeah, they got to come up with that rebound.
Marion again. Whereas he struggled tonight, 3 of 10 with 7 points.
Well, they've taken away his layups. They've made him a jump shooter tonight.
Davis, pickpocketed by Jabarkaba on a 2-on-1 with Marion. Oh, what a play! Foul call.
See, Ricky Davis lost that ball, and he gave up on the play a little bit. He let Jabarkaba get ahead of him, but this is why they love this young man here in Phoenix. He was 0 for 5 until this. You see, Ricky Davis sort of let up on the play, then he tries to turn the speed on, and it's too late. When you turn that ball over, you got to get back. But look at the big hands, the powerful finish. Management by Paul Silas, resting your player, getting him back out on the floor. He should be ready now to finish this game.
He has 12 rebounds, so he's got the double-double. He's nearing a triple-double. Here's Ollie to James and Marion on him. He doesn't look 18.
No, nor active.
Boozer was double-teamed. He was in a straight jacket down low, and they knocked it away in the shot clock at 11.
Phoenix is always going to come back and get in your lap. They're going to come back there. They're going to dig with their hands. If you bounce it, they're going to trap you. You've got to be prepared to make your move quickly, Kevin. You cannot, wait till that guy gets on top of you.
Jabarkaba is out. Tom Gugliotta is in. It's a lot of vowels in those two names. Here's Ollie. Shot clock at 6. Carlos Boozer from Juneau, Alaska. Picked up by Sean Marion. Here's Brevin Knight. Hardaway. Good rebound by Carlos Boozer. Lasso's his 10th rebound tonight. Cleveland hasn't hit from the field in 3 minutes. Darius Miles trying to pick and poke his way and finds Boozer with a great feed from Miles.
See, Darius Miles has the ability to do that. He can create off the dribble. He's quick. Nice play there, finding Boozer with a high percentage shot.
Brevin Knight played at Stanford. Had a sensational rookie year, but he's been injured since then. Sean Marion banged around inside, got it to go, and fouled on the play. And Marion notches his 9th point and puts the Suns up. He much talked about LeBron James, and he is not disappointed. He's got a double-double, and he is zeroing in on a triple-double tonight.
Well, you see the long-range shooting, the ability to get in the air, find the open man, rewards Ilgauskas. And this was a play where he turned it over, came back, got the steal. A nice slash down the lane for the three-point play. And you can see tonight, 19-12, 7 turnovers, though. That's a little bit too much there for him. And then you've got Carmelo Anthony tonight, 18-9. He had 8 turnovers. You know what? The Houston Rockets, nobody's saying much about them. Jeff Van Gundy's got them playing great basketball. Yao Ming's playing terrific. Stevie Francis, Coutinho, Mobley playing good defense. That team could be somebody to watch out for.
Phoenix Suns have taken 34 free throw attempts tonight. The Cavaliers have taken 9. Here comes Stoudemire against Jock inside. Cut it to go!
I'm going to say it again. Turnovers. Cleveland has got to learn to take care of the ball. Phoenix has got great hands, they've got great quickness, and this is what they want. This is your power forward out in the open court. Jop tries to get back. Look at him snatch that ball through, up and under. Once again, getting to that free throw line. This is their 35th free throw. On the counter side of that, Cleveland has taken 9.
5 fouls on Jop. Jason Capono was in, and he was defended by Penny Hardaway, who poked it away. It is a 4-point Phoenix lead. The Suns are shooting 39% from the field. Cleveland is shooting 44% from the floor. Kevin Ollie is trying to work inside. Brevin Knight.
His first, second team foul. Returning to the Phoenix line at number 30.
Are my numbers right here, Kevin? If they only scored, the Cavaliers only scored 2 points this quarter.
Yes.
4 minutes. Remember I talked about going to the bench? And they have not found any rhythm. They now have to find something that's going to work for them. They're 1 of 6 with 4 turnovers in this period. So, again, those turnovers, costly.
Guglielmo is out, and Stephon Marbury is in. Davis picks up Marbury. Hardaway sends a screen. They switch with Capono now on the point guard for the Suns.
Trouble here for Capono.
And trying to exploit it is Marbury. Knight rotates Murray. Tries a chance! What a play!
This is where Phoenix experience pays off. Last year in a playoff chase at the end of the year, they had a great series against San Antonio. Let's see if Cleveland can answer the challenge.
Bron James with 19. Working on Marion. Pierces inside. Lost the ball. Out of bounds. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Returning to the Cavaliers line at number 3.
They're going to bring in J.R. Bremer. They're going to take out Capono. One shooter for another.
See, Phoenix has got a small lineup on the floor, so Ilgauskas can't play right now. So what they've done is they've forced Ilgauskas to the bench with a small lineup, and Paul Silas is having to match to them.
Kevin Ollie into Boozer, who shuffles inside on Sean Marion. Carlos Boozer tonight, another strong performance, 9 points and 12 rebounds. Brevin Knight. Good Stoudemire. Just it all. The Cleveland Cavaliers are +9 in rebounding. +9 in rebounding tonight.
Well, that's one of the weaknesses of the Suns is their ability, because of their size, to get to the boards.
Davis. Stoudemire right down the lane and a foul call.
In the offseason, Mark Iavaroni, the assistant coach of Phoenix, put together a tape. And guess who he showed Amari Stoudemire the tape? It was of Karl Malone relentlessly running the floor. He said, when you can run the floor like this, this is when you will separate yourself, because you will get a lot of easy baskets. How many times have we seen Stoudemire, just with his quickness and his speed, run the floor, get out, and be ahead of the power forwards?
Iavaroni played with Malone in Philadelphia during that 82-83 season. The Cleveland Cavaliers have led by as many as 6. The Suns have led by as many as 8. J.R. Bremer finds Davis, who kicks it out to Kevin Ollie. Kicking violation. Joe Johnson, shot clock at 14.
Half-court game. Where is Cleveland going to go here to get a basket? I still think you got to get the ball in the hands of LeBron James and let him create some. Ilgauskas is coming back into the game now, so they're going back to the big lineup. That means Voskuhl now will come back into the game to match up. So you can see Frank Johnson going back now to his center to match up with Ilgauskas, and they will go away from their small lineup. Game of matchups. Who's going to win it?
Cavaliers have gone 5 of 15, shooting 3, and the Phoenix Suns 1 of 8. Bremer, who had 6 3-point shots last night. There's Carlos Boozer again, rejected inside. A nice block shot. Approaching the halfway point of this fourth quarter, they double Davis. LeBron James, up and inside, on the fly, makes it go. LeBron James has scored 21 points in 35 minutes.
Didn't the late Chick Hearn used to say he just did the bunny hop and the pea patch? Wasn't that what he used to say?
Something like that. But it describes it well. Sean Marion. And Sean Marion has picked up his offensive game here in the fourth quarter. 13 points and 10 rebounds.
And how did he do it? By getting a couple easy baskets.
20 turnovers for the Cavaliers tonight. James has 7. Almost at 8. Shot clock at 5. Davis for 3. That's a big miss.
Take a timeout here. Stoudemire's lost the string in his shorts, so they're going to take a timeout here so he doesn't lose his pants here on national TV.
I've heard of losing your shirt, but not your shorts. Watch this spectacular move by the first-time All-Star, Sean Marion. And an All-Star to be in LeBron James.
A little jump stop, a little jump in the lane. They trail by 6.
The game, Cavaliers down by 6. Marion, Voskuhl, Stoudemire, Joe Johnson, Stephon Marbury for the Phoenix Suns.
Fourth quarter efficiency for Cleveland. 3 of 9 from the field, 33%, 4 turnovers. They've only scored 7 points.
Miles, Ilgauskas, Boozer, James, and Ricky Davis for 3. Rebound by Voskuhl.
Make that now 3 of 10.
Yep. Marbury trying to get it inside, and Johnson saves it, and Stoudemire triumphs with it. It's Boozer with the rebound. James, buckle up for Darius Miles. They were doing it in unison.
So you got Miles and you got Davis. They each get a point on that one. You can always tell guys who want to score, they look over the score table and say, that was me that got that one. That was my 2.
It was Miles. 4 to play. James is out on Marbury. Marion working on Davis, doubled by Ilgauskas. Shot clock at 3, step from 30. Go! What a shot! Stephon Marbury's got 22. And the Phoenix Suns lead by 7. Ilgauskas with 11 points. 3 rebounds. Still there, trying to snap it out. Does. James with 3. Ilgauskas in his 7-foot frame trying to save it as he goes crashing out of bounds. Every time you see him hit the deck or hit some fans, you hold your breath because he's got a pretty serious litany of injuries.
Well, big guy like that gets moving. He can't stop. There's no way he can change direction.
Wow.
About 3 seats from Emmitt Smith. Emmitt re-hurt that shoulder watching the game tonight. How'd you get hurt? Well, I was watching the game last night.
Hold on, Emmitt. 3 minutes to play. Stoudemire, Johnson, Marbury, Miles is there. And it's out of bounds. It is off of the Phoenix Suns, and Cleveland will get it back. Chapman for the tie. It's the boy king from Kentucky, Rex Chapman, one of the more sensational shots in the history of the NBA on TNT.
Yeah, we saw Rex here tonight at the game. He's doing a little work for the Phoenix Suns. It was great to see him. What an explosive talent he was.
In the history of the NBA on TNT.
Yeah, we saw Rex here tonight at the game. He's doing a little work for the Phoenix Suns. It was great to see him. What an explosive talent he was. When he got hot, he was as streaky as any shooter in the NBA.
Doug, a lot of numbers tonight in this game. What catches your eye?
Free throw line last night, Cleveland got beat 16-6 at the line. Tonight they're minus 18, 25-7. It means too many jump shots.
3 timeouts apiece. Cavaliers are shooting 45%. Ilgauskas loses it. Turnover number 21 for the Cavaliers, 15 for the Suns.
Kevin, I talk so often about fourth quarter execution, and right now Cleveland is just not ready to be able to do that. It's going to take some time.
It's Stephon Marbury dashing inside, 30, make it 40% shooting from the field. It's Miles slithering inside for 2 with a great feed from James.
So you just don't get many fast breaks in the fourth quarter. You have to set up in the half-court game. If they can get out and run like that, they can still win this basketball game, but they've got to do it with some deflections and some rebounds.
Marbury's got 22, 23 for Stoudemire. Those are the 2 leaders for the Phoenix Suns. James out of bounds with the ball.
See, that's one of those where you just beat the shot clock, so you lose 24 seconds, and now you get a new 24. So this possession could be upwards of 48 seconds.
Cavaliers are plus 11 in rebounding tonight. Big shot.
Ricky Davis go for the steal. I mean, you got to square the guy up right there. You cannot go for the spectacular play. Just open Marbury right up for the easy jump shot.
Stephon Marbury is a game-high 24 points. Darius Miles with 10. Ilgauskas with it. He's got 11. James, he's got 21 points. Inside, ricochets off the Suns. Shot clock at 5.
Well, the Suns have done a great job tonight of their double teaming and then their rotations and getting their hands active, forcing 21 turnovers and a numerous amount of deflections, Kevin.
James for 3. And chased by Ilgauskas again goes crashing out of bounds. Second time in about the last 3 minutes he's done it, and you admire his hustle and determination. Trying to wear that all-star badge he earned last year for the first time very well.
Yeah, he's running down every loose ball. He's giving great hustle. Mike D'Antoni trying to hold him up. The big guy goes into the stands.
Marbury slips the pass inside. Stoudemire whacked by Ilgauskas.
Got to be careful here, not a flagrant.
Hold on, that's a technical foul, and it's on Stoudemire. He mouthed off at Ilgauskas, who drew the foul. It's the 3rd on Ilgauskas. Johnson.
You know, starts out fast, and then you can see it start to slow down, and then fourth quarter execution. Tonight it's been the Phoenix Suns.
Stoudemire with 25. That is a game-high 25. He's got 8 in this quarter. Suns have their biggest lead of 9. Johnson picks up the foul.
We had a little soundbite of Paul Silas a while ago in the timeout saying, do this together and we can get it done, not on our own. What I see right now is Cleveland is guys are trying to do it on their own. And right now they have to really pull together and bring out the best in each other. This is a real growth period for them. They're all these games, but they got to learn to win them. Being close is not good enough, Kevin.
Davis, Ilgauskas, Jake Voskuhl is there. The Suns lack size, and they try to work in the 7-3 center, and they can't stop it.
He's got good footwork. That's 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
It is great defense by Ricky Davis. And Marbury was arguing with Mike Callahan on the call. You don't see that from Steph very often, one of the more highly IQ'd point guards in the NBA.
Well, I think he felt like that Ricky Davis earlier in that possession had ridden him out with his hands. You're not allowed to hand check, and that's where Stephon was upset. Still, have a 7-point lead here, 32 seconds to go. Cleveland got to do something. You bust to Washington. Charles was a little rookie then. We used to sit back on the bus and just talk.
Sacramento Kings were the Kansas City Kings at one time. LeBron James tonight, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. His first NBA career double-double. Looking at a triple-double. Half minute to play. J.R. Bremer for 3. Rebound by Sean Marion. 2-on-1. Johnson and Marion. Here he goes! And that'll seal the deal for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, Sean Marion gave him a great spurt in the fourth quarter when they needed it. He'd been very quiet the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, he was terrific.
It's inside Miles, spinning by Vasco. And the Cleveland Cavaliers will drop to 0-2. And the Phoenix Suns will even their record at 1-1 with the Lakers coming to Phoenix on Saturday.
Seconds.